Okay, so, okay, so, okay, so, okay, so, okay, so. Okay, I'm going to try this now. Can you hear me? Yep, looks like I've got on. And the audio sort of duplicated when I also had the Twitch website desktop website on. So, hi everybody. If there's anybody there to join in, great. Be certain to say hi. I'm trying this out here, and we'll go where I can go with this. I am going to draw. See, first off, I'm going to experiment with just sketching in general because it gave me some. It really was sluggish last time, and so I'm going to just do just a quick sketch type thing just to practice, warm up, and ooh, I don't think that's the right brush to use. Yeah, it is. It is the right brush. I'm standing in my PNG tuber. There is standing in front of the brushes. You can't see it, but maybe I can move him over just a little bit in case you're interested in seeing what I do. Shrink him up a little bit. Hi there. And so what we can go here. So far there doesn't seem to be a problem like there was the last time. So I'm going to be on here for till at least 3 o'clock. It's an experiment to go, and the anime style, like my VTuber, PNG tuber guy there with the green hair, uh, is not my normal style. I'm a Western comic book illustrator. My influences are Jerry Ordway, um, John Byrne, and George Perez as my three influences. Adam Hughes is also an influence for the beautiful girl art, which is not me, but the line work that he does with his characters is definitely a style that's I would have loved to have been able to do. But I'm closer to the basic style. And really, the people that have hired me for a more classical Western comic book style. I do artwork that looks, which is goes back to uh, comic books of years ago, whether it's in the 1930s and 40s up through the 1980s, depending on the book, and a lot of the stuff that came after that was a little more harsh. I tried to emulate some of it, but it doesn't quite work. I like structure of what some of Jim Lee's work was, but some of those artists of that time period I like too. But I'm far more focused on previous stuff because the stories that I tell and write are of an earlier period. So I'm going to try to draw our little fella here, but in my own style. And let me see if anybody joins in. And if not, we'll just turn this into a YouTube video later on. So let's start. So this is just going to be so far the line work. I mean, there's no sluggishness in this, so I'm hoping this means that everything's going well with the stream. Because I get nervous if it doesn't, because I'm hoping that some people will tune in and and actually like what I'm doing. Oh, there's a little. Maybe I'm just drawing too fast there for the sketch stuff. Yeah, his shoulders are far too broad. Let's try again. Let's just let's just stick with the drawing the head for now. Now it's starting to give me that problem. That's, do you wonder why? That's weird. Okay, this is really weird. Wonder what the problem is here with this. I would have really would have liked to made this successful and actually be worth putting up so that we can talk about stuff. His shoulders are too high up there. It's doing it's okay, but it's not great. Why is there a delay? Oh, that doesn't help. It's good. I'm on a Mac, and more I'm discovering it. The Mac is not as good for streaming as a PC, and that's really disappointing because I like my Mac. I've It's been many years since I had um, a Windows machine, and before that I had something else, which I may talk about sometime in the future in some stream or something or other. But this is not good. Oh man, I do not like what it's doing here. This is me just sketching in very rough here, but I've got the structures. This guy looks much older than my friend over here, and especially since my friend is kind of based off me. And look at that! Look at that! It's going. My pen is way away from it. What is causing? I really should probably be paying attention. Where's the memory being stolen from? Is it RAM that's being stolen? Is something else is going on here? Hope not. If I found a real, if I if I found that streaming would actually be somewhat of a benefit to me, I might put some effort into getting a PC. But somebody's got to convince me. Actually, no, they don't have to convince me. I understand it. What they need to do is somebody's got to hire me. And I need a job. I'm desperate. Not only am I an artist, I'm a a script writer, animation script writer. And I've written a couple novels. Um, but I I also have experience in production of animation as a production coordinator in some other positions. What I really in But that's not all that important really right now. Those are the things that I want to be part of. But right now I'm looking for work of any style, any type, and I'm hoping it'll be local here. I would love to think that I could get a job at the studios with, especially in animation. But and if I was making enough money that way, I'd I'd consider buying a second computer that would be for streaming and such. I know lots of VTubers and so forth do gaming, and I'm not a real gamer per se. Um, but it's sort of interesting. I like watching a bunch of the VTubers stream, and they're fun. Rin Penrose, Sayu, and Monarch, and it's not good. Draw like that. But obviously, if I'm going to continue having problems like this, streaming's out the door for me. I can do some video shorts and stuff that recording and go straight to YouTube. But if I keep having problems like this, um, streaming does not appear to be the most best way for me to do things until I can find a way to make it work. And my wife will laugh at me over this because she's a PC user, and for everything that she needs it for, the PC is best for her. And for most things that I've done, I don't see a difference, PC or Mac. Um, you know, and I have a feeling that anything that I've done, artwork like this, or writing, or basic computer work, for a company or what have you, I don't see much difference. But for streaming and doing stuff online and so forth, there just seems to be there's some stuff that Macs just aren't cut out for, which is really really weird. Maybe in some of the upcoming Macs that will get improved, but you know, I don't buy the latest of anything, especially when it comes to a computer. It's going to serve its purpose, and it's going to serve me until the thing doesn't want to work anymore. and that's going to be years. Just like a car, I'm very happy with the car I have. I have no, even if I had the money, I have no intention of replacing it until it's necessary, or I have an accident, and you know, and that's the terrible thing about it all. It's not, though. You can't total a computer, like you would drive a car and total it in an accident. A computer seems to break down in different ways when you ask it to do things. Now let's see what we can do with his hair. Same hair. This is working okay. It just seems to be a sluggishness that's in all this, and I don't understand it. Would love people's opinions on what their suggestions are, because even I was thinking of doing uh, an on-off type style PNG figure and using it inside of Discord, uh, to create a little bit of animation without going overboard with a VTuber model. I do have a VTuber 3D model, a couple of them. One of them is cute because it's just a version of me as a geek, as a nerd, which is what I am, and I'm very proud of that. Uh, so, but I couldn't get the artwork into the software or into the side programs that require that are necessary. It just seems to Macs just don't seem to like any of this stuff, and that's terrible. I wish somebody would come up with some really good VTuber software and so forth that I could make this work. I mean, I like OBS and this is and so forth. I've done some great, not great per se, but um, let's save this. Okay, but anyways, I've used OBS to create overlays and framings and display artwork during Toastmaster speeches and other programs. Uh, uh, PNG guy. What's today's date? 04/12. 4. And so it does great if I can figure out how to create certain parts of it. Well, I had some problems with creating hotkeys for some events, but once I figured it out, that worked out fine. So, is this working for you guys? Now I'm going to switch some ink lines in here just to start things off, to get things to the next layer stage, and I don't know if I'll actually be able to have enough time or even want to add color to this, depending on how badly this crashes on me. If it, or not crashes, if it just continues to be sluggish. Seems better right now for some strange reason, and I don't know why. Oops, see, like that was odd. Go back one more step. Go. Hmm. Years ago, I had a issue with this type of stuff when I was sluggishness, and I don't know what caused it then. But then I wasn't streaming back then, so it was just, I think, even just the graphics was just too much for it to help. Eventually, that got taken care of and done well. Um, this computer's only a couple of years old because I had to replace the previous one because of doing simple things like loading an Excel file online from the company I was working for. It took forever to fill in and provide all the information that I needed. You know, and which is understandable, but it shouldn't give me this much trouble. Though this is better. It's not great. Do not understand this though. If there's anybody out there following my silly stream and can give me any suggestions about how to properly use a Mac for streaming, feel free to let me know because I really would like to do more. And the crazy thing is just doing real quick shorts on YouTube, just recording with my phone, is getting me some attention, and I would really like to think that I could get attention for the work I do, so that I could get hired to do more work, not just me rambling about something silly. But if that gets the attention, I guess that's how you're supposed to do it. Look at that. I wonder if there's a setting that I need. I did notice that there was some sort of speed setting. That may be not the right word, but the amount of I guess power or something that the CPU has to take for streaming, that in OBS that I could adjust that, and I'll have to look into that. But sometimes this thing works fine, and sometimes it doesn't. So far, so good. Not happy with the way this is going, but right now I'm just trying to. Oh, look at it! It's a Keith mullet, or a from Voltron, or a Rick Hunter mullet, maybe. No, Rick. I kind of wanted Rick Hunter's hair from Robotech from Macross when I was young. It would be really great. Like, okay, cut, pretty much have short hair, but have a lot in the front. That would have been, and then and so forth. But I chickened out. I wouldn't do that. Yep, yeah. What's causing that? Well, like I said, I'm gonna go a while more, try to at least finish the inks. Whether I add any color to it while streaming, that's depends on how things go. But I gave my character here a green highlight in the hair and a green tie, but I wanted to use him in a different setting in which a live background or images would appear behind him. And the problem I had on that one, especially when I was in the scene as well, so the real me as well as our little fella there, together in that unfortunately because I had the green screen turned on, so I could be in front of stuff. His hair and his tie vanished, and so that didn't do us any good. But I know what the problem was, and so that didn't go anywhere in that project. I had a plan on that one. Several things have not worked out with this, but there's been so much effort that I had to put into trying to get the streaming to work that I give up on coming up with the actual details of the creative side of things, and that's not the way you should do things. If you know if the tool gets in the way of you being creative, of you having joy in what you do, then find some other way to do it. What's important about streaming, even though I still think I'm all alone here at the moment, feel free to tell me otherwise, is that streaming allows you to show your artwork or whatever skills you have to others while you're doing it, and which is why I'm doing this right now. But that doesn't always, work. But if it gets in the way, I was like, would I be good at, say, being an artist who actually stood with his easel and or pad of paper and pencil and or inks and paint? Um, would I be a good artist of any sort if I or if could do it if I was to say stand in a window painting while people outside walked by or watched, or if I was in a gallery, most likely in that kind of way, in a gallery where some of my artwork's hanging on the wall, and part of the to get people to come into the gallery to see or to buy my artwork was to actually see me work. Um, could I do that, or would I chicken out? I don't know. A few years ago, I think I would have chickened out, and now because I've been taking voice acting classes, so I'm an actor as well as artist and writer. I've discovered more and more stuff about myself, and that's been a great experience. But like I said, would how would that affect? I think his nose is too big, too thin too. Okay, how far have I got? It's not the greatest of characters, but so. But it would be an experience to have. Um, I don't know if anybody's paying attention to me at all. Uh, you know, um, whoops! What the heck? That color go. So this is working a little better, I think, for me here. I don't know why the thin line, the being precise. Oh, it seems to be doing all right. If I drag, yeah, it seems to be doing okay. What happened? What fixed? Hmm. What changed? And so, so okay. Now let's go to a sort of a creamy gray, or like an off-white eggshell. Would you call that like an eggshell? Put like that there, and oh, see, now I've got a little bit of a problem there, but maybe that's because I was just going too fast. Messing up. I should have had. Yeah, still something. Okay, now his coat. Hmm. Similar to the hair color, I think, is what it's going to be. But maybe I go more red in the hair before I add the green highlight. I need to check something here. Okay, hitting the save button here for a minute. Talk amongst yourselves if you're there. Okay, well, so at least I know it's still going. Appreciate anybody that's there. So for the fact that I don't want to dox myself and give out information online, I thought about whether or not it would be fun to, if I had a following, um, to have people watch me look for jobs. That must be the absolute boringest idea I've ever had. But maybe we, support one another and talk about what's the best way to find work. But I don't think that's something I'm going to do. Probably there's one that I'll probably chicken out. I'll just pick out a plain just security because I don't want anything to come up on the stream that gives away. Um, oops, that gives a that gives away addresses or locations. There's enough out there information for people to know where I live, anyways, and just plain for safety, it's probably not a good idea because the wrong screen might come up on the job board and give away far too much information. Yeah, not a good idea. But this has been fun, just to be able to draw this and draw him relatively quickly, you know, relatively speaking, because lots of times I go into, even for small drawings, I go into such detail, or not maybe not detail, but wanting things to be as right as possible that I take a whole lot longer than I need to. And so drawing our little fella here is probably a reminder to me to relax. Don't stress too much about when things aren't working. You know, like I said about the streaming, which seems to have improved some, which is good. And I don't know why, because there isn't anything else in the house that's going on. But if you're out there, and I thank you for being there. You know, the the chances are, that you probably find my work boring, but who knows? Maybe I'm the right guy that you need to see for now. Who knows? I am doing okay. I was gonna, yeah, let's get that mullet as full as possible. So just okay. Now let's go back to that shirt color and put in the basic eye whites. You do know as an artist that your eyeball is not true white, but but then when you put in a highlight, you need if you want something to be shiny, the rest of the ball needs to be duller and sort of slightly darker so that the highlight will stand out. And Okay, I gave this guy green eyes as well as hair and the tie. So let's get to the green here in a minute after I do a little cleanup of the hair. Problem is, it's so easy to miss spots or paint over the wrong areas like that. And you can go back over like that. Yep, see, there's a mistake. The fact that I'm talking at all here is surprising me too, because I was thinking, oh, Kevin, you're just going to shut up and not have. So, talking now with or without an audience is good, because down the road, if you do have an audience, you've got to remember to talk to them. So keep talking now, even if there isn't anybody there. Okay, now let's go for that green color. Let's go like this. Somewhere. Well, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back with the flesh tone and clean up stuff there too. So let's, bit by bit, I thought of other art streaming systems to go online. The two that I've considered, I'm not entirely certain what the security rate, the security is on them. Um, so I think Twitch is the best for anything that I would need, or YouTube eventually. Uh, but I'm going to keep at this. I'm going to try to stream in some form or another, at least once a week. Uh, some of them might be shorts on my phone when I'm someplace. Um, but hopefully, eventually, I will find some way to make this work and make it maybe even pay for itself. Do you think that's possible? Hope so. Because I gotta find some way of bringing in income here. And I'm thinking, of all the other crazy things that I've come up with, this isn't any worse. So what do you think? Alright, so I'm going to, now I gotta do the hair, the green in the hair. And then I'm gonna call it. Because it's after 3 already. I've got a phone call to make, and then I've got to go do an errand. And Still sluggish, but not sluggish like it was earlier. I don't know what caused that. And more importantly, what stopped it? What do I need to do to prevent it from happening? Um, any and all suggestions appreciated. I'm learning bit by bit as I go here. I could go on in detail or make this thing more perfect, whatever more perfect means. But so I'm just going to keep doing this kind of thing. Finish this off here in a minute. Because of what I was drawing earlier and how sluggish it was going, the line work is very thin. So I was trying to just keep up with it. So now that the colors are going in, the colors don't fill like I would normally have them fill. And that's another thing to experience down the road. For years, my wife and I have done a webcomic called Flying Glory and the Hounds of Glory. And I do all the artwork for it. She does most of this. We co-write it. And it's been on hiatus for a while because of other work that's come along. It's not dead yet, and I have no intention of letting it die. But there are things that's got to come first, and hopefully I can get back to that. Maybe I'll show you guys some of the drawings for it if you want. Let me know what you're doing. Follow me here on Twitch, and probably follow me on. Well, I'm on Twitter, but probably you can follow me there at KevinPSV00. But over on Threads, it's Broden Kevin, Broden Kevin. And so I will put a little signature here and see, it doesn't, it, weird. The sluggishness of when I'm four, 12, 20, 24. I have 4 names, Kevin Paul Shaw Broden. You can, again, that's probably something I shouldn't have done like that now that I think about it. But I always call myself, 4 names of professional creativity, but I've been told to drop the professional line because people will, expect you to be professional, but they want you to be creative. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, it's a little heavy on that line there, but I'm going to stick with that. And I thank you very much for tuning in to this, whether it's been worthwhile to you or not, or if you're even there. I thank you for this opportunity. It's been something I've been trying to make this work for some time. Hopefully it will continue to work. and we'll go from there. Thank you all. Take care. God bless. Stay creative. Bye bye.